So now continuing on with our Rolex preview, we've got number 52, Avery Klunick. Klunick, all right, in it to win it. This is kind of impressive because here we have a kid who's had the horse since she was juniors, I think, at Young Riders, so she'd be under 18 at that point, and now here she is at a 4-star, and I love seeing that stuff. I love seeing kids bringing their horses up the levels, even if they've done it, she's had it, she's committed to it, and here she is. So she's had a pretty good spring. I don't think it's going to be, winning the event or anything like that, but I think she could have a very good weekend, and I, kind of hopeful for these ones. I've had a few kids like this show up and have where people are like, well, who was that? But name stands out anyways.
Because you can't say it.
Yeah, I don't think you should know. I meant the horse. I don't think she'd be really in it to win it, but it's pretty cool to have a kid like that there. Then we've got this other kid, Caroline Martin. I've heard of her. Quantum Solace.
Same thing. He had, she's had him. That was her first kind of, horse. She hadn't known before, but that was her first one. He'd done some sort of smaller Grand Prix. That's not true, but he was just a young 6-year-old, I think, when she got him, and what an awesome horse. Awesome horse,
and she's done a great job. It won the 2-star Young Riders a few years ago. She's been going advanced for what, 3 years now, or something like that?
Something like that. She's been top 5 at Jersey, top 5 at Fairhill. She was 10th in the under 25 at Brown last year.
Okay, but that's all impressive. But here's the thing I love is that she didn't. But she went. She did her advance last year, but she didn't then show up at Rolex 3 years ago. She was qualified for some time before she's come to Rolex, and because of that, I think she probably is ready to have a really good weekend because she's not there too quickly. She's not in a rush. If you pull up the record, you're her coach. But that's the smartest thing I think you can do is make sure that the kids get enough mileage before they get there, whether they're doing the CICs, whether they're flying around the world, or whether they're just doing the homework until there's no question about it.
Well, and it was, as a coach, it's, we've had a long relationship, and, it wasn't easy last year to see for her to have all her friends getting on Facebook telling everybody that they're going to Kentucky. And I kept saying to her, don't worry about it. You're not going to see him the year after that. And none of them are on the list this year.
No, that's just it.
It takes a long time, and the fastest way to do anything is go slow.
Yeah.
And she got great experience over in Europe last year, and it's a cool horse, and she's a cool kid, and hopefully it'll all work out.
Yeah, I think it will. I loved her coaching her when she was a Young Rider. She was attentive.
She never ridden so badly, actually.
She won. She never had anybody supporting her before.
Don't forget, Randy got me a trip to golf in Scotland. Actually, anywhere I wanted, anywhere in the world.
Yeah, nothing for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so number 54, Marilyn Little and RF DEMETER. Now, she's had an incredibly interesting build up to this. I don't think it's going to matter, but she's done very little this spring with the horse. She herself has been winning Grand Prix with another horse that has got to be on the list for the Olympics for that. She's had this horse forever, very competitive rider, very good rider, but I think she's done 1 intermediate this spring and two.
The rocking horse in rocking horse in
Ocala. And so not even big one, but the mileage is there. I don't have the confidence by any stretch to approach it that way, but I also think she's probably going to be just fine. I think it's going to work out really well.
I think it's actually going to be better. Yeah. I think that, the horse, it had tons of experience before she bought it, like it had done on
3 stars and
3-star. It's a, unbelievably sound horse, and, I think, like you said, once they kind of know the job, you don't have to keep testing them and seeing if they can do it. And, she's done Ocala and rocking horse the last couple of weeks, and I think this could be the best plan for her. She hasn't been, getting all the lessons and doing all the stuff. She's just been, doing a lot of jumping and riding the horse, and she said she put it on her dressage saddle for the first time at rocking horse, and it did a great test there, so I'll stick with that plan. That sounds like a good one to do.
I like that, yeah.
And then win the dress up. All right, perfect.
All right, number 55, Bunnie Sexton and Rise Against.
Love this lady.
Yeah,
she is awesome. I was fortunate to have her at my place for a month or so. It's a very cool horse, a pure thoroughbred, unbelievable jumper.
Unbelievable.
Bunnie, her dream was to go to Kentucky, and she did that and was successful last year. Bunnie has some physical limitations as far as some arthritis and that kind of stuff, but one of the best people, happy to be there, absolutely loves her horse, and the horse absolutely loves her, and she would have the biggest fan group of anybody, and great story, great person. Everything's cool.
And when it's going, like watching that horse gallop and jump, it's like, yeah, I mean, I saw it in the barn, it stood out because it's a good looking horse, but then when I saw it go cross country, it just I had goosebumps. It's such a cool horse.
And it's such a family deal. Her husband is as nice a guy as she is a woman. And, it is a cool story and great people.
All right, next on the list, 56, Selena Hanlon and Foxwood High. I think the thing is, Selena has been through the last 2 years building towards, she's always been an excellent rider. I think she's become an excellent competitor. She's really got her head in the game, and she is all out to prove that she is the rider that she should be. And I think she's going to go, and I think she's going to give it a very good go. I think she'd probably be in the mid-40s. On the flat, and I think that at the end of the weekend she'll probably be very close to that at the finishing point, which would be good enough for, I think she's probably looking at a top 10 placing, top 12, and she deserves it. She's really worked hard on it.
She does a great job with this horse. I mean, it like steps over the jumps, especially in the show jumping, and like puts his front feet down before it picks his back feet up, but it doesn't hit him, and she keeps her head, and it'd be cool to see Canadian do a great weekend,
Then we got number 57, AP Prime and Leah
Lang-Gluscic.
See, that's why I've got you here.
That's scary.
That's a lovely horse, really good jumper. I wonder whether it got there a little too quick last year, and sometimes you end up having to recover from that that mistake for quite a while, and I'm not certain that isn't going to be a little bit the case this year. I like her a lot. She's a really good girl. She's put a lot into trying for this, but sometimes that idea of going to Rolex is right there, I can do it. Sometimes you got to be able to say, you know what, I can, but I'm not going to this time. I'm going to wait around. Now, we'll see. It certainly has the desire and the jump and the gallop.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. I've heard the name, I've heard the horse, but whatever you say is right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Usually not, but anyway.
And you know what, though, it very likely could run, you could see it gallop around a finish as well, because it's not lacking anything. Sydney Elliott, CISKO A.
CISKO A. Sid's a great rider from Louisiana. She's had this horse for a little while. Did get hurt, and I believe this is her first 4-star. Stevens, that own the horse, are friends of mine, and their daughter is big into eventing. And Sydney has a great relationship with this horse. It doesn't look terribly easy to me. I think that my guess would be a top 15 finish would be awesome with that horse and her. But she is a rider for the future. She's a very, very good rider. And
Dirk Schroeder used to have that horse, and he did very well with it on the flat, at the 2-star level and stuff. But it seems to be sort of mid to low 50s with her on the flat. So, and it's always a hard one to put. It's not that horse, but it's hard to put all together at Rolex in the ring. But she's a very good rider and she's a very good kid. I don't know her terribly well.
She's a great person, works really hard, good student. She's just guessing at this moment have enough gallop.
Yeah. Okay, we got Holly Payne again, and Santino, second run. The horse is
Holly Caravella.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that last bit off there. Thank God she kept Payne on there. This looks like a really nice horse, and again, I think Holly is going to go out and give it a proper go across country, and I think this one has a legitimate shot through all 3 phases. It doesn't seem to struggle as much on the flat.
Yeah, this is a beautiful horse. His thing is staying brave enough and holding the line well enough. Mm-hmm. He can be a little bit funny with the brush, but he is good on the flat. It's a beautiful jumper, beautiful looking horse, and I think it's an advantage for Holly to have a horse that goes early, that she knows, and that is just, there we go, going, and that will give you a lot of confidence. It's a lot easier to get on the second one after the first one went well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case with this horse, and you know, this could be a very good horse on its day. I just don't know that this year is the year, but next year I think you go and give this thing the education and teach it that it can do it, and show it that it can do it, and not allow it to not do it. Yeah. And do the right thing by it, and hopefully it'll go really well next year.
Yeah. And then we've got Sarah Cosmic-Murphy on her second horse, Catches Catch Can. I've seen the horse for years. He's a very good mover, very good jumper. I am a little surprised that Sarah is pushing on to go this year. He's only 9 years old. He's had a couple of issues this year at the water. And I honestly, Sarah's a great rider. She's been around Burley, Badminton. It's not like she's lacking, you know, the mileage or anything like that. And I'm not sure why she would need this on the resume this year, because I think legitimately this is a very good horse, and next year could be quite something. And if everything had gone well this spring, it wouldn't surprise me the 9-year-old was there. But it seems a little bit of a push and a little bit of a force. Now, the thing with Sarah, she's been around enough to know her job well enough, so I'm not going to question that. But certainly on paper, it looks like we're trying to do a lot to get this done. And maybe it's just as I've gotten older, I don't want to have to go out there and I don't mind working, but I don't want to go out there and think, geez, if this doesn't go well, I might be recovering from this for 2 years on the horse, you know?
Yeah, I mean, she had a fall at Rocking Horse, and then she seemed to get it going again, and sort of a bummer of a fall at Rocking Horse, but it was a real one. And but then she did fall again at the Fork. You know, it's, for me, the horse just maybe lacks a bit of gallop at this level. It almost jumps too much like a jumper. And but look, Sarah knows what she's doing. I'm not questioning her. Yeah. That's for you to do. And but I think you know, she knows what she's doing. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
A lot of these horses where she bought the horse from look incredibly talented, but they look like 2-star winners. And sometimes those 2-star winners just don't have quite enough when you are at this level. I think the horse has a big enough stride that might work out. I don't know, but I mean, to me, it's 9 years old. There's never a rush that way, especially when you got the support behind her that she has. Another Canadian now, Lisa Marie Fergusson, Honor Me. Now this one lacks no desire to jump. This horse is absolutely wants this. It's related to another horse that she had that died. But she's a very good rider. She's a very good.
Man, you get finding worse and worse stuff.
Well, you know, but she's done a great job. She's a great job bringing it on. Like, she's brought on a bunch of them, and she's always they just keep coming on. She's very good on the flat. She's good over fences, and this horse finally seems to be settling into a bit of a groove. I think it's gonna be a bit of a challenge this year to get it to cooperate the whole way around. Not because it doesn't want to do the job, but it almost wants to do the job too hard. And I think it's probably a good horse for next year. But it wouldn't surprise me if it went incredibly well this year, because the one thing with Lisa is she's not going to go out there and nurse it around. She's going to give it she's going to try and go.
I think she's had a little bit of trouble in the show jumping.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny how, you know, some horses go to Kentucky and you know, they seem to be jumping well, and then they go to Kentucky and they fall apart. And the reverse happens of that also. Some of the horses that for some reason aren't jumping as well go to Kentucky and love it. And you know, maybe that's the case for this one.
I kind of question that it might not do that as well, because I think after it's done that much on the cross country, I think it's going to open up its back a little bit and get its neck out of this position, which it can kind of do sometimes.
Right.
All right, so we got Sarah Cousins on Tsunami. I mean, she's had the horse forever and done just an absolute ton with it. It's been very successful in the cross country. But it's not quite been, it's never been a real contender at this level. It's been the winner at intermediates a lot. Sarah, I think, is a great rider, and it'll be fun to watch her go around again, but you know, it'd be hard to expect the feature with it.
Yeah, Sally's one of my favorite people in the sport, and yeah, the mare's definitely getting a little long in the tooth now, but she's always good for galloping down the center line at the end. But Sally's a fantastic rider to the jumps.
Yeah.
And, you know, I usually goes clean around Kentucky, but always goes clean around Kentucky. Might have a little bit of time, and but then she jumps a good show jumping. The dressage is just a bit of a pain in the neck, and it's just
Love watching Sarah ride in the warm-ups for, I mean, I don't get to see her in the ring as much, but like watching her in the warm-up, the way she's able to just float the rein, ride down there and close the leg and let the horse back up. And I've had kids at shows, we don't compete at the same shows very often, but I'll say to them, you know, if you want to watch someone ride with a really good technique, not saying that everybody needs to ride that way, but the way she's mastered that technique, I'm like, go watch that. She does the same thing the whole time down the fence. I think she's a wonderful rider. We got number 65, Matthew Brown and Super Sox, BCF. Matthew Brown has had a great year. This is a really nice horse. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle the 4-star. Because I mean, it looks like one of those ones that you have to see it do the 4-star to know it's going to gallop all the way around, basically. Because it just looks a little bit, and I don't want to use the word common because it's not really common, but it looks almost a little bit jumperish to do the whole thing. But a lot of times you see those horses like Wexford used to, and they just keep running and galloping and never hit the bottom. So it'll be interesting to see this one go.
And he had a great go last year, and you know, I think he's had a fairly light spring.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, but you know, he's come out here, made the move, and he's all in, and gotta have respect for that. And
he's a beautiful rider. He's good. It really seems to have a great demeanor around the bar. Like he's not high stress or anything, and I think, you know, he'd be a great guy to be stable beside, actually. Anyways, let's see you in the next episode.